Hello and welcome. Welcome back for Game 3 between the Cloud9 Challenger team and Destined for Glory. I am attempting to shoutcast the game between these two because, as seen by the dislike bar, people were outraged that there is no audio. Now, before we go on, you're going to see that my thing is on mute, and if you're wondering why, if you listen to this game, there's weird sound that happens into the background. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know, but it's not the sound it's not the audio for the actual video. It's very confusing. Anyway, let's dive right into it. On the blue team, we of course have the Cloud9 Challenger squad with Balls in top lane, Rush in the jungle, High at mid lane, Altic at AD carry, and Lemonation on support. On the purple team, for the third time in a row, we have RF Legendary in the top lane, Gringe in the jungle, Demonte in mid lane, Maple on AD carry, and Papa Chow on support. I want to say thank you for everyone who's stayed with me for all three games. Thank you for anyone who is watching just this game, didn't watch the other three. Any thoughts, criticisms, praise? Praise is good. I appreciate everything. I just want to approve as a shoutcaster, and I hope that my voice opens up the void and allows you to watch these games in a way allows you to watch these games. I'm sorry that I'm starting a little bit. I haven't casted 3 games in a row before. I haven't casted the game before ever. But so, I apologize for any mistakes I make in advance. But let's dive right into this game. Now, I'm doing all this blind, but there's a Zir band. I bet it's going to be a Nilly band too, and I would not be shocked to see a Lucian band as well, because those bands have been pretty consistent across the board for the past 2 games. There's a Zir band. Nidalee, Nidalee, Nidalee. Come on, do it, do it, do it. Or not. Or those take forever to decide on their band. Hey! Hey! It's Nidalee. What up? And there's a Lucian. Shocking, because Altic doesn't need to play Lucian, and I guess Maple can only play Lucian. No, they're just pinching Maple's champion pool. Azir's always a good ban. I don't know what. Maybe Demonte is really just a bomb Azir player. I'm sick of the Swain ban. Okay, I'm sick of it. There are ways to play around Swain. You can just get a Morel Namicon or something, or balls. There are better picks. In Korea, he gets pooped on by every laner. I have not seen someone really do well with Swain. There's only been like 1 game where he won, and that was someday. And has anyone's not seen that MVP versus KT ending for game 2? That was nuts, nuts. And that game was almost lost because of Swain pick. So now they're deciding whether or not they want to ban Kindred or Rise. The Rek'Sai is sort of a throwaway ban, as we've seen before, unless Gringes. There's a Rise, so Balls is going to pick Kindred for Rush. It's like I'm psyched. Is this game 1? Am I watching game 1 again? No, this is game 3. Just checking, because these are the exact pick and bans so far that we saw in game 1. But they are going to pick up the Lee Sin because Rush is on Kindred, and they don't want Rush to get Lee Sin. I don't know why I'd pick Lee Sin. Grinch has played. I think Grinch is testing out his champion pool, testing the waters. This is going to be his 3rd jungler. Usually you don't change up your jungler 3 times. I thought Azalus was really good. I thought his Gragas wasn't too bad either. But I've yet to see his Lee Sin. Anyway, can we talk about Swain? Like, that 1 game that I've seen Swain win was in that KT MVP game, and they were losing that game. Like, Swain got killed twice. They're taking the Braum away from Love Nation. That's really smart. Swain got killed twice, or he was 0-2. He managed to catch up due to KT's team fighting, and KT only won that game because they managed to stall and do some crazy base race shenanigans. Okay, so I don't know why people keep banning away Swain. Balls gets Echo again, which we saw him almost flame Horizon RF with, and Altic gets the Ezreal, which I am still scarred from watching because it just blasted everyone. Pew, pew, pew. Diana, that's an interesting one. That is very interesting. If that's picked, it's most likely going mid. Might go top lane. I've heard it might go with the new Proto Belt or maybe even the Hextech GLP. I'm not much of a Diana player myself, but this is an exciting situation to say the least. I love seeing Diana. It's very exciting to see Diana dive in and do stuff. I doubt it'll get picked, especially with Victor on the table. But we'll see. Victor has been victorious across the world recently. So it's good to see something other than Victor, actually. It's refreshing. It's refreshing that Victor's only been picked once. Jin! Okay, Rumble and Jin. What are you guys doing? They picked Veigar into Elimination. Now they're picking Rumble into Balls? Like, interesting. I told you that High could play the Ezreal one of these games. So maybe this is an All-Tech Ashe. Or a High Ashe. Anyway, the Jin's cool. Jin's cool to see. It's unique. I haven't seen Jin in a while. It's nice to see that again. Their comp really has a lot of range damage with the Jin and Braum. I don't know what their comp really wants to do actually, because I guess they just sort of want to poke at them, and then using Rumble. They have a team fight comp with the Lee Sin and Rumble and Jin, I guess, with the alt. Okay, so they just need. I think Victor would be really good in that team. Azir, but Azir's banned. Maybe even Zyra, that'd be nice. I think Zyra has potential as a really strong mid laner. Just kidding. Zyra support! Wow. I did not expect to see that. Elimination is a Zyra player. The Ashe, however, I think was in respect for the Ashe Zyra lane, the one that they played in Season 3, the one that they really popularized. Anyway, so we see Altec on Ezreal, most likely balls on Echo and High on Gangplank, which High did really good on Gangplank. Again, High has been putting up like amazing scorelines, but what he's been doing for his team is really impressive. And hopefully Rush learns this time and isn't too aggressive, especially because I think Kindred can outdo, Lee Sin can outduel the Kindred at the early stages of the game. Zed. Now I'm confused. Please don't pick that. That makes no sense. Go with Victor. Like, that makes sense. No. That's questionable. Okay, yes, Zed is a very strong pick, especially in solo queue. He does really well into a team comp for the most part, especially into Gangplank. I think he does damage, and if he gets ahead, it could be really strong. But Zed is an assassin, and they have a very strong team comp line with very limited pick. The only essence of pick is really Lee Sin and maybe Braum coming to help. And again, the Rumble's questionable too, because Rumble hasn't seen any play at all. Rumble has not been strong, especially after those changes that really pushed him more into the jungle role. So this is confusing, to say the least. They have 3 seconds to change if they want to change anything. Nope, that's it. But I'm more excited for the Zyra. So Cloud9 really has good zone control with Zyra and Gangplank. And Echo as well. They really control a lot of zone, allow Altec to sit back and just poke to his heart content. They lack wave clear, which is why I'm surprised they didn't pick any wave clear on purple side. Both teams lack a lot of wave clear. I think Cloud9's team fighting they have a lot more damage with their team fighting. Zyra, Gangplank, Kindred does a lot more damage, but they also have a tank line. If RF lands a good equalizer, then they do have more damage, but it's questionable. But it's really exciting to see Equalizer and Curtain Call, Jin's ult. It's really nice to see those both because they're both such exciting ults for team fights. Because like, whoa, bullets everywhere! Wow, red carpet, whoosh, it's cool and stuff. So it's exciting to see both those on one team. I haven't seen that yet. That's really exciting. But if they don't land those ults, Cloud9 doesn't really need to do much to land their stuff. You know, they have a love zone, which Gangplank by himself is a one-man zone army. Zyra controls everything with those plants, especially the way the new plants work, where you just spawn the seedling every 10 seconds. If they hover around Rift Herald or Dragon, they're gonna pick it up. So I think picking Gangplank and Zyra really does a good job of saying we're gonna out-team fight the Rumble Jin. The Zed just wants to pick one of them off, but I don't know. He can pick off a lot of them on team. Zyra, Altec didn't go the blue build last game. If he doesn't go with this game, then he can easily get picked off. High can get picked off. Rush won't get too picked off, but you gotta keep in mind that Rush's ultimate, the Lamb's Respite, prevents Zed from really killing anyone. So I don't know what they're doing there. They've done the same sort of ward, these very boring wards in the river. Like, wow, I might see you, I might not. I don't care. There's no deep wards, no aggressive warding. Very chill. Both bot lanes are going to start a camp. We'll see. Cloud9 last time only went for the small Krug. They might go for both because they have Zyra. Okay, so Zyra started Q, by the way, and used her passive seed spawning to really help clear down the Krugs and take minimal damage. Braum and Jin, I think, will struggle to take the Gromp. I might be wrong. They seem to do that, taking very little damage. So good job them. And Balls is just going to do what Balls does. And RF is playing really aggressively on Balls. I like to see it's from RF because he's been down in CS every game with Balls. And both Balls has the potential for 3 CS and Rumble only has 2 CS. Oh, they're tied at 2 CS after the first wave. Okay, so wow, that CSing was horrendous on both sides. Wow. But RF is playing really aggressive, showing that he's not going to let Balls just dominate him in CS again. High is playing so aggressive with those barrels and really just forcing the Monte to shadow dash out to avoid taking damage. And High started Dorn Shield, which is a nice change. Elimination has not Deathfire but Thunderlords because the plants proc Thunderlords, but they don't on Heimerdinger turrets. But whatever, that's fine. So he can just do a lot of damage from far, and he's just staying in the brush, just letting his seeds spawn. His seeds won't spawn if he's in the brush, I don't think, though. I think that's a thing they changed. I could be wrong. Anyway, so Tamonte just keeps trying to trade with High to minimal success, because once High hits 3, he can just heal up a lot of that. And Gringe was trying to invade Rush. Change the pace, really just change the roles, get a little bit frisky. Not a great success out of Gringe. He managed to get the small raptors. Rush goes in and tries to 1v2 them, because High was just sort of staying back lob and barrels. There goes Balls. Balls, after RF's early display of aggression, is now getting pushed in, has half the CS that Balls has. There's a big way of pushing in, of course. He'll get a lot of that, although Rumble really struggles to CS in general, especially under turret. But he seems to be doing a good job. He got the cannon, the most important one. Rush is already invading, but this time Highs was there with him for a lot of that. He's forcing Lee Sin off the wolves, so he might just get the wolves from that. He did get the wolves. Because Lee Sin is low on health, low on level, can't fight Rush at this point in time. Altec is 2 CS up. That means nothing. And again, all the lanes are fairly even. High does have a CS lead, though, which is very impressive. We have not seen High with an early CS lead this game. We saw him in the first game, but then he lost it. But currently, he has a CS lead, which is it's good to see. It's for Cloud9 at least. For Destined for Glory, it's not a good thing to see. It's not good at all to see High as Gangplank with the CS lead. But he's going to go back. He probably has enough for Sheen. He's going to TP back with Sheen and some potions, I think. If I had to guess. I was totally wrong. He had bought a longsword and Ruby Crystal. So that's, I think with Gangplank, you want to try to get your Phage, or if you can, you want to get your Sheen first. But I don't think High had enough either for Sheen. But it's better always to get bonus consumables than it is to finish an item. This applies for supports, and this applies for Gangplank especially, and for Hecarim as well. Champions that really need a Trinity Force, it's better to get the components of a Phage first than is to finish the Sheen, even though the Sheen will do more damage, because you need the health potions and the pink ward. Those are always more important than the bonus damage from the Sheen. It's interesting to note, I'm pretty sure RF has Deathfire. I don't know if I essentially agree with that, especially because 1 second of being in the Flame Spitter procs Thunderlords. Unless they change that, I don't know. If so, then Deathfire makes sense. And I'm sorry that I don't know. So we see Rush invading again, and Monte's going to go up, and Rush might die. But luckily, he's 2 levels up on Grinch. He has the flash. He does an excellent dodge away on the Q from Lee Sin. But man, Rush keeps invading constantly when when High isn't pushing in, and if he wants to, he should be invading the Krugs. Invade that side because Balls has been so reliable at helping Rush when he needs it. But High is getting pushed in, and High's making other calls. That's understandable. High is not there to help Rush when he invades, and that's both Rush's fault and High's fault. Because High needs, as Jacques High says, back the heck off, boy, because I am not in a position to help you win. Wow. Grinch is level 3 to Rush is level 5. That's not a bright side. That's a very dim side. Most of his CS is probably from lane farm at that rate. Poor Grinch. Grinch has been playing so well, but I think Rush is just taking advantage of Lee Sin's weaknesses as a Lee Sin player. Lee Sin main, if you will. He's going to invade the Wolves again. High seems to be in a better position this time. Maybe he'll be able to help. I don't know. He does not get the Wolves. Grinch does level up. Rush just gets the scraps. Zed was moving in, so Rush backs out. He's going to attempt to go for Gromp. I would love to be able to see if I could see that, but okay. Is Rush dead? Rush is ignited. He has the Braum passive on, and he's dead. He's gone. Again, I have said this in every game, man. But Rush just plays so aggressively, and he did have lane support that time. His bot lane was more pressed. The problem is the Gromp. I'm gonna move my mouse. Use my mouse for. My mouse isn't showing up on screen because I turned it off. Whatever. The Gromp, when the bot lane is so forced in, the Gromp is much closer to them than his bot lane is to help. So I don't know. If he was doing Scuttle Crab, then his bot lane would be able to help him there. And so he's just playing very riskily, making very risky plays. Oh, Hyde's getting jumped in by Demonte. He can W off a lot of that damage. He was able to survive that thanks to his remove Scurvy, which is good. And this is a good showing by the Desert for Glory. Oh, the knockup from Zyra. Are they going to get anything? No, they're not going to get anything. This is a much better showing for Desert for Glory. The first game, I think, was a little bit of a wash due to just the nature of that. But I think this is showing the potential they have. Cloud9's up 300 gold, and that's really mainly from Gangplank specifically, and maybe here and there from Rush, but it's basically even across the board. Altec has a little bit of a lead, but that's just because Maple hasn't picked up the CS at the tower yet. He's probably going to get those 3. Just kidding. Nope. Nope. Keep in mind, a lot of Maple CS will probably be from those Zyra plants, so this might be a little bit skewed. We don't exactly know how skewed this is. We see that RF went back and got a needlessly large rod early, which is nice. I see him playing a lot more aggressively, and Balls went back and got his traditional Sheen and Dark Seal that we've seen before. And a Dorn's Ring. I think he won that last game as well. We just see them pushing in. Rush is going to go for a dive. The Gangplank ult, like we've seen Hyde do before. That was an excellent ult by Papa Chow, stopping the Kindred jump in its tracks. They're still going to get the tower, but really good Braum play by Papa Chow. It's nice to see him take the Braum, adapt in their pick and bans, and adapt in their picks, and take the Braum away from Lemonation, who's been so dominant with it and throughout these series. He's been doing a good job poking them out of lane with the Kindred, so not the Kindred, with Zyra. He's really been forcing them back, so that's a good play by Elimination. They did burn the flash from Maple, even though they didn't get a kill. And Jin without flash is just so susceptible to everything. Elimination just waiting for a chance to spawn some plants so that they can tank. A zoning W by Echo so he can safely clear out the pink ward. And Demonte's getting so aggressive with High, but High still has the CS lead, and most of the CS that High has is worth a lot more because he is Gangplank, because he will be getting those Silver Serpents, which are just worth bonus gold. So, and we see Gringe and Papa Chow trying to invade Rush. As Rush isn't there, they know that they took the Earth Dragon. The Earth Dragon I think is really useful for Cloud9 based on how they played, because they've just been, even at Season 5 Worlds, they're just known for murdering towers and then getting out. And I think that if they play with that style, and in the past few games they've just been getting a lot of tower kills. So, in addition to getting a lot of kills as well, but tower kills were also up there. So I think the Earth Dragon is very, very good for Cloud9. And Papa Chow got the blue buff. Well, what up? Balls goes in, walks around the Equalizer. The Equalizer really only hit Balls. Can they get the blue buff off Papa Chow? Balls goes in. Do we see High? We're not getting anything. RF has to flash. They're all dashing in. They pop the slow on RF with the E from Kindred, and they get the kill on RF Legendary. It was a good ultimate by RF, a very solid ult, and a good seal on the blue buff by Papa Chow. RF Rush really wanted to give that blue buff over. I think he should have smoted it away instead of giving it to Braum, because that's silly. Because Kindred can use the blue buff. Kindred really likes having blue buff. She likes jumping around and just rolling her face on the Q key. Q. But it's not like it's good on Braum. Like, it's not ridiculously strong on Braum. It's very strong for Braum to have. It's because he can just throw out a lot more Qs, but it's not the end of the world for Cloud9. Demonte goes in on High. Does Maple landing his ult shots on High? I think good blocks by Elimination to stop them from getting it. He has to blow flash from the slow from the Jin ult, forcing him away. And the Braum ult was very nicely placed for burning that flash. Overall, good sequence of ults. Good job of Elimination blocking the damage from that. They are going to get the Rift Herald. Keep in mind, they do have the Mountain Drake, which allows them to do bonus damage to Rifty. And I think they give that to Balls again. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I know that Kindred killed it, but I don't know who they gave it to. We shall see. when it goes up, we will figure out. We see RF clearing a ward. They're invading Rush's jungle. Good job, Grins. He's trying to be more aggressive. Altec is trying to contest that, but Braum shield could just go up. I think Braum's a very good pick into Altec's Ezreal. Just blocks a lot of Ezreal's damage if done right. They're going to clear out the pink ward too, which is good vision control by Destined for Glory. And we'll see if they're just going to let the Z split push. Because while High can answer Z split push, um, I think Damonte's getting a point where he can start jumping in on High and possibly wailing on him. Because High did have like a 15 CS lead on Damonte, but it's closed down to really only 4. So we'll see how High reacts to this. Maple's playing very well, so I think this is a much better showing by Destin for Glory. And um, this is, people talk about it. This is, a team that went to World. 3 of its players went to World. This is a stupid team just dumpstering on them, but we see very good adaptations by Destin for Glory. So I'm wondering how Cloud9 will do in the challenger scene. That was excellent by Balls and very good follow up by High. I think RF really underestimated the glimpse of the void and the fact that the Balls is adapting his build and going for Abyssal, not a Spear Visage like I would have expected, but an Abyssal Scepter. Can Grinch get him? Yes. Good job, Grinch. That was a very good play by Grinch. Keep in mind, I'm not much of a play-by-play. I think I'm better as a color caster, but I am trying my best. So, thank you everyone who is still watching at this point in time. Yeah, as a challenger team, I wonder how this team will do. We'll see. I don't know if this team gets coached by Reaper. I don't know how the challenger scene exactly works at this level. Maybe when challenger team with Reaper directly with them, they might perform better. But they seem to be doing the same thing. And once Destined for Glory figured it out, they seem to do a better job adapting. I would really like to see how Game 2 played out, but after the shenanigans at level 1, we won't ever know. But they're doing well. I really want to go on Damonte, especially because the Kindred pop is there. Um, Damonte doesn't use anything after he puts his ult on High, meaning that all that damage sort of goes away. That was beautiful. That was an excellent W back, a good flash out. Our Legendary puts down an excellent equalizer, forcing Rush to stay there. That's sort of how you'd like to use Talia ult, for those of you that play Talia. Just forcing someone to stay put there. High gets just chomped by that Slam Flare, that Deathfire touch, putting in a ton of work. Rush wants to go in, doesn't use his ult for High, but use it for himself. Rush, what are you doing? What are you doing? He lives. Yeah. Uh, it's questionable what Rush does sometimes. Very questionable. Um, he makes great plays, don't get me wrong, but sometimes some of the ults he does are, oh, there goes Grin just blowing up Zarya, and that's how when with Zarya you're so squishy. You do a lot of damage as support, but you are unbelievably squishy. And here goes Balls just trying to salvage this terrible situation. Destined for Glory really pulled this through based on some good plays from Damonte and Grinch. And really good ults by both Maple and RF. I'm just ashamed that RF didn't get more because his ult was very good. And there goes Altec with a backup ult from High. They're not going to get anything off of that, especially because High doesn't have an upgrade. He doesn't have 500 Silver Serpents yet. But once he gets that Death's Daughter, if he had that, that probably would have been enough. Oh, the ult has to burn the heal to survive. I don't think he would have died, but it's better safe than sorry, right? And so we see Balls really going for a different approach to the Echo build, and I think this is how Echo is going to be in the future after the nerfs come in. When they're going to nerf his base damage and buff some AP ratios, I think going items like Abyssal is going to be crucial because he does have low cooldowns on spells, and with both Zhonya's and Abyssal both giving CDR, I think for Echo a sort of semi-tank, chaos tank sort of build will come where you just go Abyssal or Zhonya's instead of going the full tank. Maybe you'll still go Frozen. I think Frozen, Iceborne, Gauntlet, Abyssal, and Zhonya's will probably be the build for the future Echoes. I could be wrong though. That's just my theory. Oh, those are some sick crits from High. Half of Maple's HP is gone. Point blank ult right onto elimination. Grinch wants to go for elimination. Was so greedy for that. Tunneled so hard for elimination and got nothing. Besides, a gray screen. Grinch has been playing very well this series, but that was a little too aggressive. I think he's getting caught up in his own head trying to be more aggressive than Rush. So, but they're going to go for the Infernal Drake. They already have the Mountain Drake. On the LCK broadcast, they show them. They show which dragons you have. But they're not doing this for this because this is hella low production. Just me and my sweet soothing voice over the sound of nothing. It's fine. And so here we see Roche again, counter jungling. He has 3 marks, which is not stellar by any means. That's very low, actually. Because when he's been invading, he's not been invading for the place that have his marks. He'd give up Scuttle Crab to go invade the Wraiths. Not the Wraiths, the Raptors. That's what they're called. Which is just questionable. And he's trying to think a little bit too hard to show that he's a better jungler, be too aggressive. I think Rush just needs to dial it back a little bit. Or work better with his team for these riskier invades. Balls is using his slow on the Rumble. Oh, Balls. Can Balls ult back? No. I think Balls is dead. Balls getting chased down the Bromstone. He's going to ult back. He's still going to get stunned. I wasted an ult. It doesn't matter. It's a low cooldown anyway. But they are going to get Maple in return. I'm pretty sure Elimination just grassed him, and Hyde gets to run up and whack him with his Sword of Fire. I think Hyde's going to go for maybe a Yomu's. He did in the past go for, in the last gameplay, game 1, he went for the Infinity Edge second. I think he might go for Yomumu's second, the Ghost Blade, based on the fact how he has a longsword in his inventory, but I could be wrong. He might be going Essence Reaver because he just built a BF sword. Did he have that BF sword before and I didn't see it? If so, I'm really dumb, and I'm sorry. Maybe an Essence Reaver is coming up, which is good because he didn't build out the first game. I think Essence Reaver is really strong gameplay. Not so many people build it anymore. They value the CDR less and value just the raw damage from Infinity Edge more. But we'll see. RF has that Void Staff very early. That's a very rush Void Staff. Usually see Rumbles go for the Leandries and what's that item? Zanya's first before they go for Void Staff. But here we see RF just rush the Void Staff. Has that little bit of backup damage, has the Sork Shoes. He just wants to really shred through, specifically Balls. That item has no effect on anyone on the team besides Balls. So that's very questionable to me. That's a very questionable decision. I think the Haunting Eyes by itself would have been a good choice into the rest of the team. Because Void Staff means nothing. They don't have an Aegis on the team. I don't see the point of that. Maybe even getting the Rylai's early for bonus crowd control. I don't like Rylai's on Rumble. I don't like it at all, but I think it's better than straight Void Staff. Now here we see Cloud9 straight, because even though they're fairly even in kills, wow, what a dive by Balls. Balls has that glimpse of the Void and just is so tanky, can just whack in on that team, and they have so much damage from the Gangplank. The King was there from the Ezreal and Zyra, just demolishing team. And Rush has that Phantom Dancer, which allows him to do so much damage. Good ult by Rush, which prevents him from dying. If someone can get on the Jhin, Balls goes on Jhin. Can Altec deal with the Rumble? Just 1v1's a Rumble, really. And that's that. What I was going to say before Cloud9 just demolished everyone is that even though they were very even in kills, is the fact that they were still rotating well and pushing towers. But that was a very well executed dive by Cloud9, specifically Balls. Did a great job just going in. Balls and Rush did a great job going in, just blowing everyone up. Altec is going for that tankier blue Ezreal build. He is not as ahead, so I think he needs that bonus CC. Plus they don't have Braum. They're lacking pretty much a lot of CC on the comp, so I think that's a good adaptation. He's playing very well, doing a lot of damage. And Balls has just been playing so well this series. High's getting caught out by Gringe. If he walks back to the barrel, good escape by Gringe. Just forcing the barrel. I don't know. That was pretty bad by Gringe actually, because he wasted his ult for the Gangplank remove Scurvy. So that was questionable. And Maple ulted again recently. What? I think he ulted trying to get someone in bot lane. Either that's just a spectator bug, because this is just merely his ult says it's on cooldown, but it's actually, I don't know. It looks like it just, that's probably just a bug. Sorry. They get Baron. They secure Baron. Kim doesn't have too many stacks, but they managed to get the Baron very efficiently. And there goes Rush, doing Rush things, trying to kill people. So yeah, here's the reason why I don't like Rylai's. Oh my god, Altec, chill. The reason I don't like Rylai's on Rumble now that I've seen building is that out of his 3 damaging spells, 2 of them apply CC. And there's his Equalizer applies CC. That was a good Equalizer, forces Flash away, allows Elimination might die from that. He has to burn the Flash to get out. And the final bolt doesn't connect. But sure, it gives the bonus health, but for slow-wise, it only really works on the Q, which is fine if you really want to slow them with your Q, but I don't think, especially with the Braum, that you don't need that amount of CC. So that's just a questionable thing to me, especially because he has Void Staff again on team, where they just got the Aegis now, so the Aegis gives what 10 bonus AP, so he is shredding through. Instead of giving 10 AP, instead of giving 10 MR, it gives 6.5 MR. Wow, what a difference compared to if he got a haunting guys, it'd be giving them -5 MR, or they would have -5 MR based on that. So I don't really agree with the Void Staff. I don't agree with the Rise, but it doesn't matter because Cloud9 is just pushing down the inhibitors. What am I even talking about? He's not going to finish his right lights. Cloud9 just wallops. They just burst it down to Monte. They got three inhibitors. This game's pretty much over. So congratulations for Cloud9 for getting their challenger team through into the challenger series. Woo-wee. And, Destin for Glory did a great job. They have some really strong players. And holy moly, everyone on Cloud9 hurts like a truck. I'd like to see adaptations in Cloud9's playstyle. I think they play too similar. I think Rush didn't use his ult and just died for nothing. But Rush plays in general too aggressive. Gets himself caught out in situations where he doesn't really have too much success. Even the Kindred first game where he was dominating, he was still getting caught out a fair bit. So I like to see a different playstyle from Rush. Congratulations, good job, C9. I think Altec is doing a great job filling the role he needs to fill of just dealing an ass-pounding amount of damage. So's High has been dealing a ton of damage on both Gangplank and Rise, which is, they're not Victor, which is the #1 champion player right now. So that's interesting. Balls played very well. Lineage played very well, especially on Braum. I wasn't too impressed with Zyra. But that was a very good play by him on Braum. I think he did an amazing job with that. And Altec's doing a very good job. Destined for Glory, I think, did a fantastic job of, especially in the third game once they adapted to Cloud9. And they shouldn't be too heartbroken because they're going to find teams. Those are some good players. So, anyway, thank you guys for listening to my voice and watching these games with me. I hope you have a fantastic day. And this is goodbye.